Hi guys, I am going to attempt to show you guys how to put this card together. I am not going to go into the design elements of it, the pretty pieces, because that's something that you guys are going to be choosing on your own and picking your own themes and everything. But I'm going to show you how to put the mechanism together in the card. So you're going to start with your base. And I have some, there we go, glue or something there. You're going to start with your base and you're going to put your panels in first. And so I'm just using a little art glitter glue here. And I am going to put this piece in place. And make sure you get it all lined up really good. And you can add panels and borders and all sorts of things. You'll see my finished card, how I did mine. This is my Design Space take on the Karen Bernstein card, or die. The die set is extremely expensive, and a few people were asking if we could do this, so I created a Design Space design to do that. Let me make sure I'm lined up and straight here. So now I have my panels in. Okay, next you're going to need this piece. And this piece will not be seen, so it doesn't really matter what you cut it from. And it looks like you might have to snip. I'm afraid to move that line. So there we go. Make sure that that is split there. This is the way that this piece looks. And you'll notice the G's on there. That's where glue is going to go on this piece. So you can fold that first tab on its score line, and it does not fold even here, so don't worry about that. Just fold it where it is marked. And then you have another, I'm hoping that this will show up on camera. Let me see if I can get those score lines. You can even write in on there with a pencil, but it's like a Y, okay? And you're just going to mountain fold on that. And while you have your mountain fold on there, there's another score line that's diagonal. You're just going to, on that line, fold that over, get it started. I've got a thicker cardstock here, so I'm going to go in there and bend it this way. It's right below that G. This is a heavier stock. So that you have like this Y, okay? And that's what you want. You want that piece to fold inward. Okay, that's going to give you your spinner. You're just going to fold it to the back, just like that. Okay, so that will help you fold it, and that's the direction you want that folded in. Then you're going to take just a drop of glue, and only in this little bitty triangle area. You can even use a glue dot or adhesive here, but you want to stay strictly in that area, nowhere else. And then just fold this piece over and hold it down till it's dry. Okay, mine's not dry. Give it just a minute. And then you have this little tab here. Gonna fold that over. And then right here where it's split, you can probably just fold that a couple ways there. And then you have another fold here. And they are mountain folds. I'm just folding them back because I'm using white cardstock so you guys can basically see. And then another right here is also a mountain fold. And that is going to be your mechanism. You have one more right here. Make sure I get on that score. Okay. Once you have those, if you folded this right, when you push this piece back, Let me see if I can turn that exposure down some so that it darkens it where you can see this white cardstock, that glare. When you fold that, you're going to push that in, okay? And so these two ends should be even at that point. And I'm going to line mine up where I want it, right in the center of the card, okay, right there in the fold. And we're going to place glue on this tab. Don't go past your scores. And on this tab. And with that Z fold in this, okay? I'm going to place it right in the fold. And just give that a second to dry. And actually, I messed up, guys. I'm going to have to put another frame on mine. Before you glue this panel on, put your window in. Put your transparency piece in there. I forgot to do that. That's okay. I'll put a frame around mine and I'll put it in there. I wasn't planning to put a frame there, but I will. I can't put one on the front because of my writing. You can put one on the front if you want one on the front of yours. I think I did include one in the file. I did not do it in this one for me. So now that you have that piece on there, we're going to give that just a second to dry. And I'm going to fold this piece right here. You should have a split in there. If it's not cut all the way, just make sure you snip it. And I'm trying to remember how that goes. Yes. So when it folds, you want to have that panel. There we go. Make sure you flip that portion up. You want, it's going to spin like that. Trying to get that where you can see it. That's going to create that mechanism. You see where that split is going in there? That's how this card is going to work. So with, you want to see your panel, but you want to see that glue tab and this glue tab. You don't want this to be folded back. And then with that in place, I'm going to press that side down. We're going to give that a minute to dry. And then that creates that, oops, I should have waited. Let's give it just another minute. Let's make sure I'm in the right spots. You just want to make sure that this is over that spot there. I'll give it a second to dry. I'm using my mind's eye paper, and the glue just doesn't penetrate as quick as it does on a textured, like the Cricut cardstock with that really fine texture. There we go. And that's your mechanism. So now we're going to, I'm still coming loose. Let me go ahead and re-glue mine and come back, and we'll finish putting, well, I'm just gonna, I hate to make you guys wait while it dries. But I guess I'm just gonna hold it for a minute while it does. Don't want that excess glue. It's going to kind of look like this from the top. And then when you fold it flat, it's supposed to stay there. Just going to give it a minute. It's like maybe a little bit of a coating on this paper that I'm using. Okay, then you're in that file, and you can use any shape really that you want here. You are going to, I'm using transparency because of the type card I'm doing. You're going to see in that file a rectangle. Let me see if I can find my shape here. Here it is. And it's just a rectangle. It's just a solid rectangle. I had mine cut out. That is going to go right here on this. So you're going to glue it, but make sure that you keep your glue. You don't put glue up here from the slit up, okay? So I'm just going to put a little glue here and then right here on this edge. You do not want to go up past that slit on the right-hand side. And just glue that piece right into place. Again, I'm using a piece of transparency here because of the type card I'm doing, but there is a rectangle in there for this piece. I don't know why I can't keep my piece glued down there. I'll fix that in a minute. Don't pull yours loose. Before you start doing all of this, make sure that yours is stuck and it's staying where it's supposed to. I may have to put a little piece of tape. But then you're going to take your large square or whatever shape that you want, and you're going to glue that right there on top of this square. Right here. And again, you can use any shape that you want to glue that in place. I'm just going to close that up and give it a press. Make sure I've got it straight for the card that I'm doing. You might have to enlarge that square just a tiny bit. I'm a little short, but I'm going to live with it. Okay. Hopefully that's going to stick now. Just to be sure, you want to use a good adhesive. You want to make sure that these pieces stay in place and that they don't lift up. I'm just going to use a small piece of tape on mine just to make sure that it stays. I have to put that in with some tweezers. This card has been fighting with me for about 2 weeks now. I'm just going to rub that down really good back there. There we go. So that's what's going to create your spinner. And on mine, I'm also going to be putting this card in here. So I'm going to do that after I get it all lined up and I fix my frame over here. I'm probably just going to cut another one since I left my transparency window out. And I know there's no way I'm going to get that apart to get that in there. So make sure and you don't have to even put the transparency in there if you don't want to. So this card is going to get it without, and I'm just going to recut and do it over. I'm just going to place that in. That is going to be there. I have my other decorative element drying. And then on this piece, you can put whatever image that you want on this image, on this rectangle right here. I am doing a car. So put your image on there. Let's start with this base. You just want to make sure that when the card is closed, that your image is not sticking out of the top. And I cut this so that I could line up there. And you can even make this card taller and put what you want on there. There we go. So now when this card is opened, your image pops out. So let me finish this card and then I will be back and I will show you guys what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I have finished putting this card together with my design elements on it. And again, I make sure that you put your transparency in before you put this panel on. So it's going to be your card base, the transparency, your panels, then your mechanism, then your decorative items. That's the way it's going to go to put this card together. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Please give a thumbs up on the video. This is a patron-only file. Please do not share this file with anyone. Instead, please invite them to join Patreon and they can get this file. You guys have a wonderful day. Give me a thumbs up on the video. If you're not subscribed, you should be. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next video.